Hey, this is Jupiter Exile. It's been almost a week of taking a break from RL1, and here we are back at the game. And I'm going to make some adjustments to get back to a different strat. We're not going to use both of these seals at the same time. So, I'm not sure how much I'm going to try to progress the main line today versus how much I'm just going to run around and do stuff, whatever that may be. Because there's plenty of things we can do without continuing to slam our head into these same two guys. And there's some other things I wanted to kind of test out. So I'll be messing with some of that stuff. First of all, I actually wanted to try... well, let me move my flasks around. That seems about right. And I wanted to possibly muck with some other Ashes of War. I was thinking of trying out Wild Strikes for a bit to see how effective this can be. And we're going to keep this on heavy either way. Let's see. Okay. So this just keeps going. Yeah, so it starts and then just keeps on keeping on. All right. And the alternative, the other one I was thinking of instead of that, was possibly using Is it Warcry? I think it might be Warcry. I thought there was another one. Using it on heavy either way, but Warcry is the one where we get a buff and it changes our R2 into this running thingamajig. Okay. So, I think the buff is going to be less intriguing. So, I thought there was another one of these. Anyways. There are some things I need to go collect in a few places. There's some things that kind of left behind or haven't worked on too much. And we're going to spend some time working on that. So we're going to do some cleanup and some random running around for a bit. We're going to be doing our running around with... Where is that guy? Curved Swords. Bloodhound's Fang plus 10. It's very difficult for me to beat this thing. Right, that's over there. So I tried playing a little bit of Monster Hunter earlier today, and it's really funny how many Elden Ring inputs I was accidentally doing while I was trying to play that. So, fairly amusing. I'm gonna wear something a little bit heavier. Let's see. I can't get away with the Briar armor. Let me do this, though. It's fine. And now coming back to this, I'm about ready to hit the right bumper to start running. Which is the button input to run if you are playing Monster Hunter. Yeah, so there's another Grace here that I haven't grabbed. And it looks like there's a procession here, and I'm not sure if I've looted it. Hey there, I just want to take a look at whatever's in here. Already looted, cool. Okay, so there's a way to jump down there if I should need. But that is not my immediate concern. Get back up a bit. And I want to be kind of along the north part of the bridge. Because apparently there's an enemy here. with a guaranteed drop for an armor set that I want to be able to use. So let's see. It's not any of these guys. I'm just kind of giving them the business for no real reason. Oh, I attract a dog or two. That's enough out of you. Get a bit of beast blood for my trouble. Let's see, the target I'm looking for should be around these windmill villages somewhere. Blood rose, okay. I would not be surprised if one of these enemies were to suddenly transform into a giant bear, in the way that several other enemies have. That should be the one over there. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. I thought I could just brute force him, maybe. And actually, if I had drank a flask, I could have. Okay, pretty sure this is the guy we're looking for. So the reason I am after this fellow is that apparently he drops one of the only hats in the game that comes along with a strength bonus, which will increase the top end on some of my build options. There we go. Yep. The Battle Mage set. Done deal. Okay. So that was a little something on the to-do list. I want to check and make sure I have a certain item. Should be under axes. I've got the Highland Axe, Stormhawk Axe. There it is, the Great Axe. So I did some research on this, and I found that the Great Axe is actually pretty close to optimal, and the Rusted Anchor is actually another optimal option because the Rusted Anchor does pierce damage, despite being an axe. And that makes it probably the optimal piercing weapon for us to use at RL1, just in terms of raw damage. Because none of these... Well, actually, no. The Serpent Hunter is probably the optimal one. It's 601. The Serpent Hunter, we can't change the weapon art on. So the Rusted Anchor is going to be the strongest pierce weapon in RL1 that allows us to change the weapon art. And it remains to be seen how important it's going to be for us to change the weapon art, but probably decently. So one thing I noticed is that we don't have Barbaric Roar available as something we can just equip. It's only on select weapons. and I wanted to try experimenting with Barbaric Roar on some other stuff. So I want to know if I go back to if I go to duplicate weapon arts, can I duplicate it off of the Great Axe to have it to carry around? Or do I have to duplicate it based on an Art of War I'm actually carrying around as an item? Let's see, can I duplicate from a weapon? Duplication. I can only duplicate what I'm carrying. I don't have Barbaric Roar available as a standalone. So, can I go somewhere to get Barbaric Roar as a standalone? Let me see. Okay, it's dropped in the Lake of Liurnia in the far northeast from a scarab. So it should be here in the Ravine-Veiled Village. So let's take a look around here. So I want to try seeing if Barbaric Roar with certain weapons can result in a stronger output. There are a few weapons that basically they come comparable to this here Bloodhound Sword, which means the only reason, in terms of just talking raw AR, the Bloodhound Sword is like a weirdly good outlier. Oh, I think I actually hear the Scarab. I think it's probably not up here. I think it's around. Like over here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Something's coming after me. Bats. Several bats. They might get me. I'm having a pretty awful time picking them out. There's one. Quite a lot. There we go. That's battered. Ah, so there was something interesting about this enemy type that I heard. Let me see if I have something for this. This'll do. So apparently these guys are like drastically vulnerable to the poison effect. Despite like throwing poison and appearing poisonous, if they become unable to purge the poison they've got in them, you like poison overcharge them and they start spazzing out like this and explode. And their explosion releases enough poison cloud that it can get their friends to also start exploding. So anywhere you have these puffers, whether they are small or big, you could just kind of create chain detonations, and then after they've finished blowing up, very calmly loot whatever's in the area. Now, I've already been back through here, and I think I've looted everything, so it's not too important. Just check to make sure I've actually got this. Yeah, we did. Okay. The land squirts is what those guys are called. Okay. Oh, I'm still technically in combat with one of them. So, let's see. Another thing I have heard is that in the heroes' graves, it is possible to kill the actual, guys that are hanging out. So I'm going to head on to a hero's grave and give that a little test. We've already cleared the hero's grave that was back here. I don't remember any hero's graves in Liurnia. So the Gelmir hero's grave is pretty relevant. So let's head over here. And while I'm heading over here, I'm going to grab myself some coffee. I got a bit of iced coffee. So I think there are at least 3 heroes' graves that I haven't fully looted. Also, I would like to not be using super fancy arrows all the time. So we're going to swap those out for super basic things. Yeah, right, fire. Should not neglect that. Oh, they got me. Blech. I might go back to a straight sword for this. So that I can carry a shield. And actually, I'm not sure if this one's going to require a bow. But basically, what I have found, after speaking with some friends, is that apparently each of these locations has a way of killing the big chariot thing that rolls around. And so there's a couple advantages to this. First of all, if you kill it, you don't have to worry about the big chariot thing anymore. And secondly, you tend to get loot for it. Change the ash here to... Let's see. Maybe I'll try Sacred Order. Never tried this before. I could actually set it to Sacred as well. It'd be very effective against undead. I haven't tried it much. Mostly because it makes the scaling pretty bad for me. But hey, whatever. These are some basic skeleton dudes, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. Back over here. And we do this. Yeah, apparently each of the murder chariots has like a specialized way to get rid of it. And it depends on which grave you're in for the method. So I'm going to try and figure it out for this one. Wait for him to get run over. Go. Okay, so... Right. Right. Taking a look at the ceilings and the side walls to try and figure out what I might need to do. There's a spot down there that I haven't been inside of. Hole of Betrayal. Okay, so there's a route down there at the bottom of the stairs on the left. And that also looks like it might be dead end. Let's go see. Ouch. So we got nothing going on with this? Okay, so we'll have to turn back a little. I'm going to put on my Flame Drake +1. So I have to go back a little bit, and then on my right, and then that gets me into the other area of this. So I don't need this. I need that, though. Let's see if I can make this from this angle. I think it's fine. Oh. Okay. Slurp. All right, now we've got a couple different sets of dudes around here to watch out for. Sacred Weapon's decently effective against that, those guys. Got another one of them ahead. There we go. I do have to be pretty cautious against those guys with the rapiers and the crossbows. Both the rapier and the crossbow deal a pretty healthy amount of damage. He traded with me. That's a bummer. So the first time he rapier poked my shield, he deflected off, but the second time he didn't, and I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason for that that's embedded in like the way his attack pattern works, but it's not the kind of thing I have had the opportunity to learn so far. Oh well. I think we need to get past probably a decent number of guys so that we can find the mechanism that's going to fix this main hallway. Got some bone shards. Those are handy, actually. It stops here and turns around. And we head on down. And this is something I had tried before. Can I land on this again? Okay, I overjumped. I want to try that, though. It might save me a good bit of time of doing this. But yeah, this is the one where I got the jump. I think it's a walk-off. I don't know if I actually have to jump for this. I didn't really want to get pulled into that animation there. So we're gonna wait a bit longer now. Okay. Can't go there. Yeah. And skeletons are not immune to magma, so he just burns away, which is kind of nice. I'm going to take a bit more time to evaluate the drop and try and see if I can make this consistent. I think I want the chariot to be moving down. Okay. I think this angle is probably good. Yeah. Cool. So let's see. From here, I can try to drop down further, but it's pretty dicey. Now, there, on the sides of that, I can drop down as well. The other thoughts about this is I can come over here, and there's a guy down here to fight. I don't see any kind of lever or switch, though, which is kind of what I'm on the lookout for. By ranged battle, yada yada, visions of sword fighter, and then rolling. Okay, let me see. So I think I want to try taking him on with the Sacred Order effect in play. Two hands on my weapon. Take a drink. Okay, he's getting up. It's a Bloodhound Knight. Okay. I know how... Bloodhound Knights, I know how they work, so... There we go. Okay, and we get a set of armor for that. We get 2 sets of armor for taking out that guy. So that's pretty worthwhile. Behold armor, all the more armor. Okay. Back to creeping around. Creeping and a sneaking. That explains that comment about armor and armor. Behold, I did it, but I want to go home. Okay, this was the drop that I was seeing earlier as an option. Yeah, okay. Theoretically, I can kind of observe from around here, but it's only so helpful. I did it. All right. So let me go back up the ladder that was in this room. I don't see any other interactables in this room, unless we've got an illusory wall thing going on. Doesn't really seem there's any kind of promising interaction here. So, if we go back up, okay, so if I jump down carelessly, or if I miss the beams, I'll be, like, directly in the path for that guy down there, which I do not want. Yep. Okay, so I got the beams. Jumping off required ahead, climbable spot required ahead. Okay. Jumping and then horseback battle. Looks like that guy's rotation may not encompass the entire room. Okay, I have a thought. Because I know that there's a son of a bitch hanging out in that little alcove. But he's not a teleporting son of a bitch. So if I throw, like, holy water down in there, splash damage not get him? Okay, so I'm not hitting him. That's a pain in the neck. I wanted to see if I could kind of lure him out of there or just kill him. Holy water pots versus sacred order pots. These use ritual pots, so I'm assuming they're stronger. So if we use the sacred order pot version, maybe we can mess this dude up. Still can't tell if I've hit him or not. All right, let's jump down. Okay, he's pretty back in there. So I'm thinking that this spot, or like this corner, doesn't get hit by the guy when he comes in. Okay, so that's correct. That's good. So I want to get a lock on this dude. And kill him. Sometimes you don't want to fight, you just want things to die. Oh, okay, we got a weapon called the Mantis Blade. That's pretty cool, theoretically. Alright, so that's the direction where we could take the fall. I don't think I've gone up this way in a long while. That might have something promising. Also, need to check if there's anything on the left or right here. Looks like it's all magma. That's fun. Okay. So if I run up here and I check out one of these alcoves, what are we gonna get? Is this skeletons? Yep, figured he was turning around. Detour ahead. I think I know what he's referring to as a detour. Okay. So this leads into more stuff, theoretically. Got him. I've learned enough now about how those guys' attack patterns look to get it some of the time. Okay, so this is the opposite side of the hallway that I was coming through earlier. Right, right. And so this would be on the far side of that hallway. Archer, ambush, okay. Okay, there are two of them here. Decent damage, but not crazy. He's like stuck on that little pot. And I want to make sure the one on the right doesn't like activate in a way that catches me by surprise. There we go. There we go. We got to trade a shot because he's a jerk. Hidden path. Madness ahead, seek death. Okay, okay. So, why does this room exist? Does it exist just to ambush you and there's no other reason? Was there a... I guess there might have been a grave glove ward there that I got. Huh. Okay. Let's take another look at the Murder Chariot hallway. So I'm pretty sure this is the one where if I take a right, I can get killed. Yeah, okay. Stay calm. So if I grab this, I haven't grabbed that before. So, And I'm pretty sure I've already been up here. And you can get an item, and then you're basically screwed. Thought I would try. Okay. So, I can jump down. There's got to be something that I'm not finding. It's like a hidden mechanism somewhere. And it might be a hidden mechanism that I need to shoot. Well, thank you for clarifying that. There's like a scarab sound on the other side of this wall. not certain how I could ever get to the other side of that wall. Alright, yeah. Be somebody lying about an illusory wall. One of those skeletons, like, jumped into me for damage. I think I gotta wait for this one to move back up. Yep. Left an item in the lava. What a jerk. Okay, so we're back to the point where we take the fall. We want to line up more or less like that. Nope, didn't get it right. Okay. Do it again. There are not that many areas in here to take a look at. Starts to make me wonder if there's like something outside of here that interacts with this. The beast eye quivers, so we know there's like a death root type enemy here, or an enemy here who drops a death root. So there's one possibility I haven't checked on, is that it has something to do with stepping on that, flame gout thing. So I can check that out. I think it's a bit tricky to do that and then not get killed by the, by getting run over. Also, I'm not sure if it will face the right direction or not. And this is the same guy who's doing this little route. Try down, short, didn't expect horse. So the logical progression from here, it seems to me, is like you come in here and you do this fight, but I didn't get anything out of finishing this fight before. There didn't appear to be anything in this room I could interact with. Oh, missed it. That guy has a pretty small aggro radius. Okay, maybe I need to take another look down those side passages. The ones in the magma. definitely nothing on either of those. I'm gonna try going back up again. So if I go up this way, brief look at the ceiling. Okay. So it sprays flame down just those two passages, and that's all it's gonna do. But it's something different while it's active. Okay, so for this one I need to run while it's on the way down. Stopped earlier than I wanted. And I missed the ledge. Ah, dang it. Okay. So that pillar will stay up, so I don't need to manipulate it again. Pillars and switches persist their states through death, so I don't need to go back and run that down again just to test this hypothesis. Why does this one have so many messages? I don't know why people find that particular one so interesting. Okay, so next time he heads down, I'll line up, jump down onto the beams. You know, I think these have got to be two different chariots. Oh, missed it. So I can't walk off, I do need to jump, because otherwise it's not going to let me line up. Because one of these chariots is a guy on top, the other doesn't. If there was a way to make them collide with each other, that would be a way to kill them. Because that is one of the things that can kill these guys. But they basically have to be killed by environmental circumstances in order to actually, you know, take damage and die. They have to collide with each other or some other object. Do this run a little faster. We go. Got it. Now, it doesn't look like anything's different just because that's been propped up. Okay, so jumping down here. I don't see anything here to interact with. Coming into this room. Oh, armament. Okay, sure. Okay, so then we come back up here. Anything else to find up here? No? Okay, this doesn't have any other jumping points that we could do. We hang out over here. It's like one more beam overhead, but I don't see any other way to get through anything. Alright. So we're back here again. There's got to be something I'm not seeing somewhere. I think it is on the level of there being like a tile that's strangely lit or some kind of depression we can interact with or some other thing floating around somewhere. Hanging out. Being very, very difficult to see. It's not like it takes damage. Okay, there's nothing in the area where the lava flow is sourced. I've already killed that guy and there's nothing behind him. Did I already check for invisible walls on both of these offshoots? Up here. This is supposed to go up with some kind of interaction, but I guess I'm not figuring it out. Right, so I couldn't find any means of interaction in this room over here. Except for, like, there were those two archer guys, and I killed them once. There's nothing up there. Doesn't appear to be any way of interacting with these walls. is up with this place? Okay, let's go back into this room a little bit and fish around. It's recommending a ranged battle to take out the fire spouter thing. Yeah, try ranged battle to disable the trap. Okay, got it. It's all good. I don't see any way to get into like the higher up parts of this, or like the rafters or anything. So I think what I'm left with is there a way to get further in like the original main hall area? Or is there maybe something else around here I haven't been able to see? Seems so here. Emer's bolts seem useful. No, I don't think a Jester actually does anything there. Well, there are a few points in the game apparently where gesturing does have an effect. First off left and then shortcut. What do you mean shortcut? It says first off left. There are 30 upvotes on this. What kind of gesture could this be if there was a gesture? Is there any indicator on the walls of any kind of gesture? So if it says gesture required ahead, you can append a gesture onto your messages. If it's actually gesture required ahead, they could have and should have included the gesture. I can't think of any gestures I have that might actually provide some kind of effect in the game, apart from inner order. I'm not convinced that that message has anything to do with anything. Okay, so let's see. Like, I was thinking there might be a way to get all the way up there. It's just like a little lip there. That's all I've been able to really discern at all. Yeah, the jellyfish shield. I still need to go get myself the jellyfish shield. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I brought Flame Cleanse Me, but I don't think I brought much else for that. Fireproof Liver. Okay, we're at the point where I'm about to be using, like, the last couple of things I can think about to try and make any progress here. Just kind of that we pop a Fireproof Liver, hope for the best, run to the left, and see what happens. Yeah, the thing is still here. Okay. Quite the circumstance. We get down here. If I get ambushed and killed, that will be very unfortunate. And we got the Ringed Finger, which is a weapon that I'm vaguely aware of. Okay. And it looks like there is another flower over there, a bell blossom. But I am now at the point where I have absolutely no idea where to go. Okay, and it won't let me fast travel, so pretty sure my only option now is going to be to die in this here lava. Lava slows you down quite a bit. Jumping required ahead. Does this actually lead somewhere? This actually leads somewhere. Okay. Notable amount of beast blood. Praise the skill. Alright, so I presume I can open this then? This is one of those where I would really appreciate, like, another Grace or something. Oh, there's America steak here. I really hope that America steak works correctly. Anyways, fire resistance sure as heck won't help us. Since we happen to be at really, really low health, we'll equip the red feathered branch sword. And, what else is neat in this really, really weird circumstance we find ourselves in? We just go for more dex. And we can go ahead and equip, like, the Bloodhound's Fang for absurdly high AR. Alright. Let's see if we stand a chance in heck against whatever's through this door. It's a red wolf. Okay. Beating a red wolf without taking a single hit will be really hard to do. But, I can remember how to beat a red wolf. If I give it some time. This America steak better work. There we go. So, this was quite the puzzle, getting down here. I mean, sort of. Kind of had a frustrating amount of red herrings, when apparently the answer turned out to be run through the lava. There is probably a more clever way of getting down here. I'm gonna hazard a guess that there is definitely a more clever way of getting down here than running through a bunch of lava. Okay. I really need to remember how to fight red wolves. So the glintstone blades that fly in are on like a timer. I just have to dodge them at the right timing, roughly. I think if I'm running, they won't hit me. So I can go off of that. I know that the red wolves have a number of fairly vulnerable attacks that I can go in on. Oh, and we can go back off this to that. The rest is fine. Ouch. Ouch. Don't get hit by that. Looks like I basically only need to hit him 4 times to win this fight because of my level being crazy. Well, not my level. My level is 1. But because of my, what's it called? Weapon being fully upgraded. So I could probably just try to, like, rush in and get those hits without worrying too much about the openings. Might not be the most satisfying way of doing this, but oh well. There we go. Just had to focus up a little bit. Got the Bloodhound Knight Flaw. Get our paltry amount of runes back. Probably not too important. And here we have Death Root. Okay. Back to the entrance, and I've got some weapons I wanted to get upgraded, so I'll spend the runes on that. Oh, and I should mark that site complete, because I think it is more or less done. It might be possible that there's some other stuff there, but I'm probably not going to worry about it. Alright, and I wanted to start pumping up this guy over here. Oh. Ran a bit low. Oh, I need to buy more smithing stones. Looks like we're on 5s for that weapon. Just restock on those. Looks like I'm still good on 6s for now, so I can get that done shortly. Okay, so the Gelmir Hero's Grave no longer needs that marker. Now it can get a cleared flag, theoretically. Unless I've missed something there, which is entirely possible. That happens a lot. Okay. I probably haven't finished the old Altus tunnel since it's marked out, since it's not marked with a flag. Have that marked with a fight. You know, there's a guy there. So the next thing to check on, really, is gotta be the Oriza Hero's Grave. You know, this might be something out here, but I have no idea. If it is, then there's a way to teleport to it. The Oriza Side Tomb, I haven't fully cleared either. And the Frenzied Flame prescription is super underground. Okay. So the Oriza Hero's Grave, there was an item on the right-hand side that I believe I already got. Whoa! Haha! That did me a spook. No, that was the side room with the item that I already got. That one was the side room this time. Okay. So that is a pit to nothingness. Noted. Okay, and this one has a summoning portal thingy. Ouch. My weapon is clanking on everything. That is awful. I'm gonna switch that back out to the longsword. And I'm gonna carry around the turtle shield as well, as the lag stops. Okay. Getting a lot of lag in here. Jeez. Okay, so these two guys are kind of meeting up over here. And I think I need to drop down. A sacred weapon doesn't fare super well against basilisks. Ugh. It doesn't do poorly, though. It's a pretty heavily upgraded weapon either way. How many more of these we have? A lot? Probably a lot. Enemy ahead, be wary of right. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was too far forward. That's annoying. So this is one where I've heard that I'm trying to activate like a thingamajig, and there's some kind of a trick to it where if you happen to use Morgoth's Shackle, or Margot's Shackle, it actually like triggers a switch that causes the chariots to pop because it triggers a switch that you need to hit that's like further in, which is kind of funny. I'm not going to dilly-dally on this one. I'm just going to run down. I think I was too aggressive. Yep. Didn't quite make it. I could try navigating this with the bubble shield. Nah, I'm not too worried about it. Let me just be more decisive. I think I could have jumped down earlier as well. There. If I just drop down straight away, it shouldn't be a problem. See about running through the Basilisk Rooms. This might be a little dicey. Because I'll have to make judgments right away when I get into the other area. Okay, hanging out here will give me some time to evaluate. Okay, then we get another one on the other side. And that looks like we can loosely drop to it. I didn't line it up right. But it looks like that's the progression, is we're going to drop down. Okay, so it's straightforward here. We duck in on the left, it goes past, I run forward, I drop down. Right, we go past this, we wait for one of them to come go by overhead. The one on the left had a different timing from what I was expecting. That messed with me a bit. Okay. So we hang out here for a moment until this one turns. And we need to very carefully line this up. There we go. Okay. Walk forward here. Grab this. Holy grease. Line up with this. Drop down. Run along to here. And we're going to take a look before we do anything. Okay. Okay. that looks like... So, it looks like both of these directions probably have some stuff. What does this link to? Okay, so this just drops me out back around the murder chariot. Okay, check on something. Nothing? No, doesn't seem like that does anything. Alright, I was wondering if it might. Back on down here. Collecting more ashes. When it comes to basilisks, the answer is generally just keep on attacking. You do have to back out at a certain point, but... Okay, let's... fall there. Okay. Is that an archer skeleton? Doesn't seem like it. Well done, well done. Okay, no other enemies. Burst off left, but be wary of skeleton. Wait a minute. Is there a thing up here on the area? Okay, well, forget that guy. Alright, I kind of want to check out the upper part of the ramp here. That is going way up. Go all the way down if I attack it here. Huh. Why are you like this? Can I make this? Nope. That's a pain in the neck. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to run that ink cleaner. That was, like, pretty good. Like, why does it have to be that tight of a run? I see why you'd have to hook around to the left, then go. Alright. What other cracked pots do I have in my inventory right now that's preventing me from making more sleep pots? Only water pots. I'm not limited by Trina's lilies right now, even though they are exceedingly rare. So, I think it might be time for me to get back to trying to progress, at least just a little bit. Alright. I have to get out of here the old-fashioned way. So, I think the answer to my problems is going to be these sleep pots, blood boil aromatics. So hunting some more land octopi seems like a good idea, if that's what's limiting me on getting more blood boil aromatics. So I think that will be a very, very useful resource. Let's see, there are a couple places that are good for hunting land octopus. So let's figure out where we're going for that. I don't need a dictionary definition of where they are. I need a human being's ideas on how to best hunt these. Ugh. Elden Ring is so prolific that, like, useless guides to Elden Ring are also very prolific. Okay. Ah, there we go. List of farming locations. Okay, it's recommending the coast, north of the coastal cave. I think that may not be the best spot for it, but it's certain to be one that's not very, like, tricky to do. I should probably make some silver pickled fowl feet. Yeah, I can make a few of these. So we won't equip these just yet in case we accidentally use them. Oh, still like... There we go. That removes the debuff. I feel like there was a good spot for this that was on, like, the big climb thingamajig to go into the Dectus lift. Like, something in the ruin-strewn precipice, I think was a good spot. Let's see, because I think I had to go down this if I want to get back over to that. Oh, there are quite a lot around here. You can tell when you kill an enemy if that enemy is going to drop an item because you get a burst of blue. I will point it out the next time it happens. I need to check and see if I have other items that can get me more. Actually, I know I do, because I can swap this for the Silver Tier Helm to boost my arc, which improves item discovery. So we can do Silver Tier Mask, and this is the only other one that I might be able to swap, but I don't think I have anything for item discovery in terms of my charms. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. A few more that I can simply kill. The big one over here is legitimately dangerous. There, that one dropped an item. Strips of white flesh. Yeah. Bleed is fairly effective against these guys. You really want to kill them by bleeding and slashing. There we go. One of those. So unfortunately, we do have to do quite a lot of killing to get one of those. Might not be the best use of time. Okay, well... So, the stratagem I'm looking at right now, I can execute about 3 or 4 times without having to restock. So, head back over to the Dragon Temple, and I'm going to take a look at how difficult this actually is to do. And the first time through, I think maybe we won't use the Blood Boil elixirs. Or the Blood Boil aromatics, because I can only make, like, a grand total 9 of those things. But I am going to go ahead and use a Rune Arc for this. Let's see. The gear set is maybe a little less fine-tuned than it was earlier. So we're just going to throw this at the wall and see if it sticks. But the game plan here is, evidently, these guys are really vulnerable to sleep. Fortunately, they do dodge things, so... Now, sleep pots do leave a cloud on the floor. Okay, that landed way short of him. This is a lot more sleep pots than you want to be using for this strat. Okay, he just fell prey to... Okay, so now both of them have fallen prey to sleep. And what we do with that... And I am actually going to use the Blood Boil. So theoretically, we put them to sleep, we hit them super hard, and we should have only a couple of interactions before securing a kill. I need to get them asleep with fewer pots. And I am actually going to put the blood boil on the bar, so it seems pretty important to make sure I use that. It's a 30% physical damage boost, which is very hard to beat. But I'm only going to have 3 of them to work with, so we can try that 3 times. Of the other items I've got here, I don't really have better options unless I wanted to go with a low health strat and equip the red feathered branch sword. Or if I wanted to do something involving some faith and equip a and use like another buff thing. Yeah, so let's try this again. I need to be like a little bit more cautious after allowing them to wake up. Oh, I forgot. I was going to check my mixed physics to make sure it was on what I wanted it to be. But whatever, it's fine. Oh, okay. That did sleep one of them. That's how vulnerable they are to this. It's quite. I know this can be done using as few as like 8 sleep pots. I think it would be difficult to accomplish it with less, but probably possible. Need to see if I can go a little heavier. Got like 2 pounds of flexibility, and that's it. This sword is very heavy. Oh, need to check my mixed physic to make sure it is on the spiked cracked tier. So I think it might not be. Yeah, okay. That should be, oh, and we've got faith adjustment instead of strength adjustment. Okay. Those two together should represent a pretty relevant swing in damage. So my thought is I'm going to try this out a couple of times, and if I can't get it to pan out, I'm going to spend some time helping other people kill Margit to farm more rune arcs. So we don't need to land this on them, just near them, and they will fall asleep. So then we go Blood Boil. And we let him have it for about 2,000 damage. And now he's going to phase change. One down. Right as he was waking up. Bring his brother back. This is a really difficult position. Ouch. He is going to try to wake up his bro in a moment. There he goes. Blood boil up. Okay. Try for the kill. And there's the Godskin duo. May they rest. Never again darken my door. It's a pain in the neck boss if I've ever seen one. I have not seen a clip of people killing them without using a sleep strat. Like, I have not seen a clip of people killing them using a melee strat. So, we're not going to worry about whether or not we can. Let's mark that so we can clip it later. Very, very cheesy. Do I feel guilty? Not really. Okay. Back to the hold. Get some things upgraded. So I was running a little bit low on certain stones. Let's get more stones. Now I can buy really swanky ones. 7s and the 8s. Buy like 24 of those. Yep. You got it. Alright, now I'm going to get the Great Axe leveled up a bit. So the attack rating on the Great Axe is actually very similar to the attack rating on the Bloodhound's Fang, plus 10. And that's a Great Axe plus 25 is comparable to the Bloodhound plus... yeah, the Great Axe plus 25, maxed out, is comparable to the Bloodhound plus 10, it's also maxed out, which is absurd. Oh, we can ask him something. He promised Marika that he would craft a god-slaying weapon, Marika herself being a god. Perhaps Marika wished to be free of the greater will just as Ranni does. Plus 21. I might max that out. I'll back to it in a sec. This takes a lot of runes, these last few upgrade levels. I can sell off 1 Remembrance of the Fire Giant. Plus 25 Great Axe. I'm gonna start upgrading the Rusted Anchor. I need more runes. Need more stones. Okay, get to that in a sec. I am gonna max out the Ancient Dragon. The Serpent Hunter. The Serpent Hunter is one of very few weapons that I have seen a demonstration of it used to kill Marika. Yeah, 25 is the limit for standard weapons. 10 is the limit for special weapons that use the somber materials. Alright, so I need to get more of the basic stones. All of those. All of those. All of those. And we're tapped. Alright. So, I want to experiment a little bit with this guy. Gotta change the scaling on it real quick. Ashes of War. Want to use Barbaric Roar with this, which is actually the standard for it. Use Heavy. And we can only wield this while holding it in 2 hands, which is why it's going to tell us right now that it can't be used. And that is okay. I don't know if you had something to say.
Oh, is that also Master Hugh won't listen to you either? You have my thanks. I'll try and talk him round. I know he was given this great intrigue to craft a weapon which could slay a god, a fearsome curse. If that's the case...
There may not be. Okay. So I know that if I get summoned for this, I believe it down levels me somewhat, and that is a-okay. I want to test the amount of damage I can do with this. So I'm just gonna tag this here summoning pool. Oh, can I not? How do I get myself summoned? I've never done this summoning stuff. Does it have me offline right now, maybe? No, it doesn't. Do I need, like, my understanding is that I need to activate these, and I haven't activated this one. I don't know. I don't know how these work. Does it not let you do it after you've killed the boss? I didn't think that was the case. Well, where else could I activate something and throw this around? I don't know. Well, I'm going to work on something else that I've been meaning to work on. Garank is crazy right now, I believe. So I don't think he's going to, like, talk to us. No. Okay. So I have heard that if you can get Garank to under 40% HP, he will calm down. And that's the reason why he doesn't respond to forgiveness. So you actually have to beat him up. So we're going to try to beat up Garank. It's going to be tough. Let's take a drink. We're going to try it. Yeah, Garank has a lot of health. And he seems like he's fairly active, too. He moves around a bunch. This dude is basically a boss, and it's very rude that I'm going to be respawning with him right there. But that's going to be the way of it for now. I could try and, like, walk out of here and set up a different point to spawn in at. But there's also a boss standing outside of this room. So it doesn't make it a whole lot better. Oh, I'm fat rolling. That ain't gonna work. I need to reduce the weight of my armor. Yeah, that is the thing about testing out the Great Axe. I know it's pretty weighty. Oh, I should also change my hat. Because my current hat does not benefit a heavy weapon. This is actually why I went out and got a different hat. One I got was this one here. Yep, +2 strength and intelligence. And actually changing that hat brought me to the correct equipment load, so we're going to do that. Ay. Oh, this guy's really annoying to fight on SL1, RL1. I'm assuming that if I, like, get in close, I will be able to develop a better understanding of his attacks. It's just this, like, bit here initially of closing the gap that's really annoying. Okay, the fact that he can walk back and do a double swipe like that is pretty nasty. Because the first hit of the swipe's not killing me, but the second hit will kill me every single time. Every day of the week. Oh, I couldn't recognize that attack because I was standing behind a pillar. It's like about 3 spells I've seen him cast. One is the rip things out of the floor, do shockwaves everywhere. One of them's the Shrapnel Blast. The fact that the Shrapnel Blast instant kills me... Oh, the other one is the Rock Throw. The fact that the Shrapnel Blast and the Backstep instant kill me might make this a non-starter without doing some kind of really weird strat. It might be better to try and affect him with fire or some kind of status effect. You don't have to get him to 40.
Put it away. I won't fucking mind. So please. Put it away. I won't mind. So please.
Alright, I think I can rest and he'll go back to normal. Alright, so that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And now we can get more beast stuff.
My fine death. I shall grant thee feed me.
The Stone of Garank and Beast Claw.
I shall feed me.
Okay. I'm not sure how many. I think that's like the 4th or 5th that I fed him. Let me check on something. If I pass time and come out of here and talk and try to talk to him again, is he aggro again? No. Okay, we're in a good way. Yeah, he's just kind of hanging in there. All right. Blech. So there's that for now. I still haven't gotten anything out of the War Dead Catacombs. I need to put my jacket back on. It's cold in here. I do still need to get this Great Jar thing figured out, and I saw a strategy for this online that is really cheeky. That I'm gonna give it a whirl, because I am actually pretty on board for being cheesy when you get down to it. So the attack rating for the Heavy Great Axe unbuffed is about 560, and with the plus 10 from the flask that I'm using, it's going to clock in at something like 630. He's going to do a fire breath thing. I need to be cautious about that. So this triple slash special is something that only clocks in by virtue of this Barbaric Roar. While we're under the effect of Barbaric Roar, our heavy attack turns into a triple attack. And I'm thinking that, like, unleashing fast triple attacks with the damage buff from Barbaric Roar should be a pretty swanky way of getting in a lot of damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. pretty committal. Oh. But when you get down to it, there are actually plenty of times where you can make that kind of commitment, depending on the boss. And so my question is this comparable to or similar to Royal Knight's Resolve in terms of its effectiveness? Unfortunately, the fight where I got to extensively test something like Royal Knight's Resolve was against Moog, Lord of Blood, and now he's dead. So I can't really keep testing it out. Okay, so the cheeky thing to do here, in order to get a special item, you need to beat these 3 PvP fights. And you can do that legitimately, but they hit really hard. So there is a cheeky way of trying to do it that we're going to try. So the thought here is we summon these adversaries, and every time we summon one of these guys, we're going to walk over here, hang out right here, and use the spread out gesture. And now we're going to wait. Because the AI does not handle this terrain setup very well, right at the edge. They have a really hard time hitting us. So our hope is that he will do this. And then we can get back up and summon the next guy. And this is the strat. This is a very funny way of getting this item. Just gonna like tuck ourselves in here and then spread out. So using gestures to avoid certain attacks is like a time-honored tradition. There are actually segments against like Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3, major boss, where he like can't hurt you because you are on the floor in a certain way. Goodbye. Just one more to go. Last night. Just like slowly walk our way over here. Over here. We can stand on top of the message. And here we go. This fellow is very confused. You can see that he has some tremendously dangerous attacks. He's very aggressive, and there he goes. Great job. I have beaten them in a totally fair and legitimate way. I promise. Your champions have been defeated. All right. I'm going to take a moment to head over to Jarburg, because I think I might be due to progress that. I'm not sure. I'll talk to the Jar Baron over here. Yeah.
Dialis is moon, but I wish we had a...
Okay, so that dialogue has progressed to where it needs to be. Check in on Dialos. Still doing the same stuff, eh?
A fool I may be. Do you pity me?
Okay.
Do you pity me?
Well, he's still doing his thing. All right, so I suppose then that we can try and progress in the Dragon Temple. Whew. There's still plenty of stuff for us to find in Farum Azula. I think I've actually forgotten some of the layout of this place because I found these guys and then they put me on a real tilt-a-whirl of fun. There's also like 4 ways into this boss arena, which is pretty unique. I was very surprised when all of a sudden it was a boss arena. It looked to me like it was just a room. Okay, so it looks like there are maybe two things here. Like this. Oh, that's where the summoning pool is. Might as well activate it. So that summoning pool didn't give me any guff. I wonder if the summoning pools themselves are like level gated. Okay, let's see. Oh. Okay, back to beasts. Okay, so 2 slaps causes these guys to go into a stagger, which is the reason to use axes, so I'm very happy to see that. Or rather, a leap and a slap, and then we critical. Great axe life. Yeah, this is basically the reason why, this is a big part of why I wanted to muck with the great axe. And dogs. Just dog things. You can viciously ragdoll it, and it gets up and attacks us before I can hit R1. Rather, before I can complete an R1 swing with this slow-ass weapon. That's the downside of using the weapon that is theoretically the strongest possible attack rating for our build. Oh, this is a pointlessly nearby. Well, I guess this must be like the traditional grace that leads you into the fight. In theory. The most direct one. Ah, I almost walked right off that ledge. Oh, huh. Oh, I see. You could jump down from there, from the main room, get this grace, and you'd have no boss run if you did that. As opposed to the way I was getting into the boss fight, which did involve a bit of boss run. Wasn't too bad, though. Yeah, this boss here is has been pretty notorious in the community. Oh, congrats to somebody. Oh, that reminds me. There was another password I wanted to input. And that's the password for a VTuber that I enjoy. Very cozy streams. Okay, so I think if I jump down here, I'm gonna have some guys trying to get me. Yeah, okay, they've already actually heard me. Whatever. Okay. Rematch. There we go. Wow, it still managed to get a bite in. Pain in the neck. I don't really want to deal with these dogs legitimately. Because as I've established... Oh, damn it! This is a really annoying pattern. That jump over on the far end might be possible, but I'm gonna have to just blitz this section with this many dogs hanging around. Jeez. This many dogs and I can't one-shot them. Now, it might be possible to do something like 3-shotting them with a very fast weapon, but I don't think that gets me out of this, really. I think there's also a way into this boss fight from, like, up there, jumping down. I don't know. Maybe up on the far side? It's a crazy boss arena. It's pretty cool. Chunk. Yep, if I'm injured, he can kill me. And it does take a while to recover from using this weapon. This build configuration is a lot better if you are able to actually like wear better armor and try out and have more health. So, actually, this is actually doing nothing for me. How heavy can I go with an increased equip load? Oh, with the Great Jar charm, I can actually use some pretty crazy armors. Let's go for a more cohesive look. Oh, can I alter Blade's armor to not have this cape? It's a lot of cape. Yeah, it can be altered. Let me pop something so I can uncape these things. No capes. Defrocked. Okay, there we go. Okay, not a bad look. Yeah. So let's see how we fare against random dogs when we're wearing the werewolf's armor. Yeah, this axe weighs like 13. It has a weight of 13, which is absurd. I think I actually poised that first hit, which is I've never done before on this run. We're now in a pretty unique territory with that. Another thing I can try out, and I might muck with this for a little bit. So let's see the damage comparison here. We've got 343 plus 225. So about 560 versus about 480 on the Serpent Hunter. Now, the Serpent Hunter has A scaling, but we can't actually change it to heavy, and we can't actually change out... Oh, wait, that's also in one hand. So that's two hands. No, that's it's still 480. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to run around with this, because I think it's decently faster. And it gives me... It doesn't have, like, a... It's got sweeps on the R2, and it's got jabs on other things. This might be the easier walking around weapon. I think the damage potential is a little lower than the Barbaric Roar setup. Just because we're not getting access to Primo Ashes. It also remains to be seen how well this staggers people. Pretty friggin' well. Okay. There is quite a lot of delay between stabs, but this is a decent walking around weapon. Much better baseline stats than the Storm Ruler. Ah! Okay, it's very difficult to audio dodge that. Okay, there's like nothing over here. So I don't need to try going this direction again. Because I don't see a way to progress from that. I'm guessing that we have to go kind of past where the dogs are and then jump down if we're taking that route. But there might be another way to go that is not as likely to get me killed. So far, the pattern in Farum Azula seems to be get down, get lower. Oh, another thing to check on, actually. Is this weapon greasable? Just need to check with any old grease. No, we cannot actually grease this, but the Great Axe we can grease. So that's intriguing. Might be some possibilities there. Okay, so looking at this, go down here. Yeah, it's pretty unsafe to actually take the critical. I do not appreciate this thrown weapon junk. It's not that big a deal, ultimately. I just need to be running through here. The idea that I have and can use poise is nutty. But hey, we're using a charm just to be able to do that. So that's theoretically damage I'm giving up or something like that. Okay, so looks like maybe I'm trying to take that path down there to get into that door or over there. I thought I had already been over there. That looks familiar. Or am I trying to go down there? That doesn't look like a survivable fall from here specifically. But there might be an opportunity. No, I think I'd have to be going around this entire area. And I don't know what that is or if I've been in there. Okay, so I definitely haven't been inside there. Yeah, looks like I'm trying to do this circular route around to get up into that building, then through there, then up here. And I better remember that there's a staircase there because I bet that's something cool. I see I see a summoning pool there. So there's probably something relevant in that vicinity. So let's see. Yeah, it looks like I'm supposed to go past those dogs and then find a jump down point, more or less. So, excuse me. That might be a possible jump. Ho 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 ho! Okay, that's a nice leap. That saves me a whole lot of nonsense. Let's try to not die, so we don't need to do that so many times. Okay. Try stealth on this guy? Is there another guy? Okay, he was... Ah! Oh, it's this pattern of guy. There's a boss rendition to this guy very early on in the game. So I've actually already seen his attack pattern, which is kind of cool. Definitely a tough customer. Well, sort of. Smithing Stone 7. Those are neat. Saves me some runes. No item, but be wary of trap. Okay. I agree. You punk. Oh, that's so nasty. Just to get around to a random corner. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's make sure I can make that jump again. That is a tricky jump. Okay, let's see. So there's the one guy with the cleaver I had to get around. Well, I don't have to get around him. I can kill him. Was lining up with this body and whoop. Ha! That is a real butt clencher. Okay, so I take it from this message that I can like hang out over here and then get the stealth crit on him. If I get the stealth crit on him, then I probably just need to do a charged R2 on wake up and that'll get him. Oh, it didn't trigger. So I'll just stagger lock him to death because this weapon is pretty crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like the theoretically intended path instead of wandering around and getting my ass kicked by the first random guy who hits me from around a corner. Somebody is threatening to throw lightning at me, I think. So I hear some lightning. Grab this. This actually might just be a spot up ahead where lightning is falling randomly. No, I see. That's a guy throwing lightning for sure. Okay, let's see. Faramazula has been a... Oh, no. Has been a little bit inconsistent about how often I'm getting not bonfires, graces. Stay down. Sometimes it's been fairly generous. Boys. Yeah, if you're using a big weapon like this, having some poise can help ensure that you get hit trades in cases where other armors would leave you staggered. Race ahead, but seems familiar. Okay. Huh. Yeah, alright. This is backtracking. Okay, I'm thinking where I want to go is probably like this big old ramp over on that building. How do I get over there? Looks like I probably have to take the lower route in this building. Let's go back down here. So I won't have to go back up there again. And what's through here? Right. High road ahead. All right. I don't know what it is that people seem to keep indicating by high road. Okay, if I would hazard a guess, the reason why they're saying try right is either to avoid or get the jump on that Crucible Knight. Well, no jump on him happening. Yeah, I think that downward slash is the end of the chain, but I'm not sure. Alright, let's see. This guy is late enough in the game that he probably one-shots me with several attacks, despite having a ritual shield equipped. Ah, that's what they mean by try right. Yeah, okay. I get it. I don't have to fight him. I can jump off that edge and get the grace. Man, it sucks to die with the grace in sight. Ugh. That's what they meant. I should have... I only needed to figure out why they were saying it. I could have trusted in the messages of random people on the internet. I'll only set you wrong about, 50% of the time or more. So we dodge that. Jump on him. Pull out. Alright. Line it up. Yeah. Okay. It's not actually that bad once you've, lined up with the corpse properly. I think I can actually run past before his cycle brings him into an aggro radius there. And now I can just run along here. Where is... Oh, wow, there's an item on that. Ooh, that's dandy. +2 even. I've definitely been making use of that sucker. Okay, I gotta watch out because there might be like a dog on my tail or something. Basically, we're just looking to move over here and hop off. I see that there's another item hanging out over there, beyond this guy. Which I don't think I can retrieve from this angle. Nah. I can look at it. If I could goad him off this ledge, that would be hilarious. But I get the feeling his AI is probably at least a little better than that. Just a smidgen. I do not like these sorts of one-way drop setups. In terms of the stage design, it's kind of annoying. Okay, yeah, right now I'm using all of these things pretty heavily, so I don't have a lot of flexibility at the moment. Technically, I don't need the Star Scourge heirloom to equip this piece of gear, so I could switch it if desired and get more defense. This is actually a bird. Yeah, you got me. I kind of figured it would be something coming in from the left. It's very, very typical Dark Souls design. It's bog standard. Absolutely standard. Air in my house like super dry. Okay, well. Can I go at this aggroing this guy, but not the other one? Nope. Oh, it's a 4 pecs. With the last pec lunges him forward a little further. I thought that was a 3 pec setup. So it is interesting that buffable setup. Oh, yeah, it won't let me keep going along there. Go. Yeah, camera angles and lock-on behavior are very unhelpful when you have, not a lot of solid ground and enemies like this that just love moving around you in a circle all the time. Yeah. I think the best maneuver for these casually would just be to pull out a shield and try a block and response. In RL1, the best answer is probably just this. Just grab that, get on this, and go down. There we go. Now, there's probably something up ahead I can do, but I see this here. So I'm just going to trek this out first. Looks like this probably gets me to an elevator at the base, which I'm guessing is a shortcut. There's also a treasure chest here. We'll open the treasure chest. Still no mimics so far in Elden Ring. Ooh, the Drake Knight set. Probably pretty good defensively. Usually late game sets have just a slight defensive advantage over things from the early game. Oh, this actually takes me higher up than the Eagles from a moment ago. Took me right past that. Oh, hey, buddy. Okay, that was a little trolly. It just didn't credit me my dodge there. That's awesome. I have no idea why I could not dodge there. Not cool. Not cool. So, I'm not sure if I'd be able to call the elevator there. No, it doesn't look like it. I'll have to go back down to be able to call it. So, what is the threat that's along here? There are eagles, there's lightning, there's a bunch of stuff going on. Okay. I'm just going to call this elevator back down here and figure out what's at the top of this before I worry about whatever's down that way. I know that coming up soon is a major dragon boss thing. So we'll see how that goes when we get to it. Right, I needed to remember how big that attack pattern was. Finally gave me the backstab. See, that gets him. I need to remember, like, how slow mid-roll is. We actually... Is it possible for us to get to light load with this weapon? Is a good question. So, we would have to give up a lot, probably. No, we're on medium load, and it's not going to get much faster than medium load. That's about the way we've been for a lot of these. So we got some lightning great bolts here. Wait, is this whole trek just to get some lightning great bolts? No, it looks like we can get up on top of this and possibly make it back over there, or maybe back over there onto that upper area. Let's try for the I think this can only go up along here. So it's a backtracking elevator, theoretically. What I want to check on, though, is what this random item is. So, let's see, how do we make this jump? Probably from here? Yep. Smithing Stone 8, pretty handy. Okay, so that elevator is pretty disappointing. I was hoping it would actually lead somewhere like new or novel or something, but no. We can't make that jump. I'm not sure why there's a middle platform here either. Okay, we've had some very aggrieved hawks, eagles. Okay. Lots of lightning. Aren't you ornery? Okay, where's my actual destination? Probably on the right there. Let's keep a move on. Keep it moving. It's possibly gonna swoop. Okay, are these... I don't know if these are dead bodies or things lying in wait. I'm just gonna move. There's one behind me. I could not get out of my attack animation in time. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so that is a difficult sprint to just to get to where the dragon is. And so long as I'm doing this as a sprint, killing the dragon is not going to be viable, I don't think. Yeah, okay. If he hits me on his first pass, it's going to be really tricky. I think that ladder's optional. I think I can just jump, and it'll be fine. So let's do that. I didn't check out the area to the left of the dragon. If I'm going that area to the right of the dragon, it looks like I can pretty much just run. I was worried that the one lightning caster guy was going to just shoot lightning at me. But there's enough of a delay on the lightning. Oh, I could just do this. It's around here. That doesn't open. It's worth checking. But this rooftop makes it really easy to get over here. And this might involve, ow, fewer angry birds. Okay, there's an important item behind him and on the left. I can't get through there. Nice. Okay, so if you get past him, he moves. That's pretty typical for this area. I think we've seen that behavior in a couple other cases. So there might be something on that little raised area on the right. Go check that out. Looks like there's at least one hawk that's going to try to swoop on me. And there's a building here that we can check out. Yeah. Okay, no item here. Got a pair of hawks up over there, and looks like we've got golden seed. Pretty worth. Smithing stone 7, also pretty worthwhile. Alright, let's run like we stole something. Got a couple items from underneath the dragon. Okay, so we're gonna cut through here, hook right. Stamina come back. And we want to just proceed because we've got two of the lightning casters up ahead over here. There's going to be one on our right that'll aggro as we cut through here. And it looks like this is a jump, possibly. Okay, we've got a tightrope walk after a pair of lightning casters. Awesome. And we've got one of these guys who's going to miss like a chump several times because we just altered our elevation in a way he didn't expect. I think I can start... Nope, can't start sneaking. Okay. I thought maybe that lightning guy wouldn't notice me and I could start sneaking. I was wrong. Elevator! There we go. That'll make us safe from a lot of the things we just ran past, and this might be part of a shortcut or put us at a new grace. Alright. Where are we? Okay, this is... we're on that ramp to the Colosseum thingamajig. I am a worthless summon. Nobody should summon me for a non-boss. Unless this is a boss. If this is a boss, maybe I'm worthwhile. Okay, so does this actually connect over here? Ooh, time for talisman, you say. I like talismans. Seek not here. Okay, well then. Aha, nope, there is a precious item ahead. On the right. Enemy. Okay, that guy is real, so we'll just give him the business. That's what you get for sleeping on the job. You are a corpse. I think the rest of this is probably corpses. Is this a... Okay, that's not a kickable. That's a just straight up, you can go down this. And that leads to another elevator. Isn't that the elevator I looked at before? Maybe I guess I just missed this the last time. Or the item I need is over here. A somber smithing stone. Got a live one. Get out of here. Okay, I could technically jump onto that pillar, I'm sure. There doesn't seem to be a point to doing so. Demi-human, okay. So where do we get by sliding down? Is that a different pillar thingamajig? Maybe it's not the same elevator as... Because I think... that's the elevator I was looking at before. So this is a different elevator. Okay. Just, like, clicking the lock on a few times to try and, like, see what's going to come up. So I'm imagining we've got a PvP fight that's going to try and trigger around here. Okay, we've got two. Oh, I didn't actually get into the... Oh, no, it did trigger the opening. So there is a valuable item there. And there is, like, 6 kinds of death also around there. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. It wasn't that hard to get to, so I can take that run back, no problem. And we'll just be snatching the item and moving on. Definitely want to make sure I'm not missing highly valuable items here at one of the absolute endgame zones. So, yep. It's worth it to take my time. So we just head here, slide down. So Bernal, the recusant, was one of the fellows at the Volcano Manor. But I don't think I'll be trying to kill him here. I think I'm just going to grab what's in this chest and move on with my day. The Old Lord's Talisman. I know from the wikis what that does. Yeah, I'm not about all that. Whatever that is. Can I actually make it back up this? I can, alright. So Bernal won't pursue you beyond a certain point, which does mean I could possibly lure the other guys and get in a fight with Bernal. Whoops, this isn't the direction I wanted to go. Here we go. Bernal is also the guy from the beginning of the game who sold us Ashes of War, some of the various utility things. You can get, like, kick from him, so you can put kick on any weapon, for instance. Or parry, so you can put parry on non-standard things, or get the shields that don't usually parry and make them able to parry. Okay, so there's a summoning pool, like, right before this. Do we have another Tree Sentinels type fight here? It's another Draconic Tree Sentinel. Ouch. Bad time to take a swing. This guy might be optional. Maybe. Hard to tell. He's definitely got a boss door behind him. But I don't think he is himself a boss. I think he might be a one-time spawn, though. I'm guessing that behind him is this crazy dragon boss that everybody's been posting about. So let's take a look at this crazy dragon boss. Hopefully. Now, my thoughts vis-a-vis crazy dragon boss. It's probably one of those bosses where we can't survive any hits. So I might change out and try the Great Axe set. Oh, I'm glad that didn't kill us. That would have felt fair. We've got Beast Clergyman here. Is this Gronk as a boss fight? I didn't know that was a thing. Is it the same Beast Clergyman? There are more than one. Okay. I would like to try going back to the Heavy Great Axe. Okay. So long as I'm using it with the Great Jar's Arsenal, I'm still on medium load, even with this setup. So that is pretty cool. I need the Star Scourge heirloom to wield it. So if I wanted to add a buff to this build that I was casting, I could. I could also add grease buffs to this without much trouble. So I've currently got the Barbaric Roar in here, and I'm not certain how attached I am to Barbaric Roar specifically, because I think Wild Swings might be more effective, or possibly Royal Knight's Resolve, since Royal Resolve is like an 80% damage for the next hit. The thought behind Barbaric Roar and Wild Swings is that they might be better for causing stagger. That's the Waves attack. So this version we can definitely figure out more about because he's in a bigger arena than Gronk. Oh, okay, that was the floor pull. I was wondering if I actually had the chance to do a fully charged R2, and I was going for it, but that might have been a bad idea. Oh, I also need to drink before I get in. So I probably want to drink. It looks like he is starting to activate as soon as I get on the bridge, but I'm not sure if he's actually aggressive until I come into his area. Yeah, that looks like it's his first bit of aggression. I think his first animations might be locked to a certain subset. Like he has a bit of an honorable let's fight kind of idea going on, I think. Yeah, so he's definitely, like, this double sweep backstep is going to be the thing for me to figure out in terms of this fight. I think it's going to come down to me doing some just leaping attack setups and then leaving. And I'm just going to try and beat him with successive leaping attacks. Because the way that attack comes out, I don't think there's a route to fighting him with a lighter weapon. Unless I can parry that response, but it comes out really fast. I need to find out where I can actually co-op to get rune arcs. I was really hoping I could just hang out at Margit and get them. Maybe I need to hang out at Morgott and get them. Okay, those don't go through the pillars. That's good. That hurts. Okay. This is going to be very annoying to learn. He's got that, he's got those forks in his attack pattern that'll change based on how far away I am, and kind of remove some possible vulnerabilities. I'm getting the feeling that the answer is to roll in close to him, but just not get hit by the double swipe. And I need to figure out how to make that work. I'm thinking it's also possible to find one of his attacks that doesn't track up and take advantage of that attack to do a leaping attack. But I don't know if that's really a thing. I think from a design perspective, it's possible that the sweeping type attacks don't track up because that's kind of the way Sekiro is built. I dodged too early. That attack has to be dodged pretty specifically. Yeah, I think my entire game plan for this is going to be very much about, can I find out how many hits it takes to get him into a stagger? Like, how does that work out? So I really wish this Draconic Tree Sentinel guy was not here. So I think I'm going to put in a little bit of effort to see if I can get him to die. Can we kill this guy? Okay, so Barbaric Roar changes even the basic heavy attacks into that triple swing. I can't really work with that. So I'm going to go back to Royal Knight's Resolve on this. I think that's probably just the best way to do it, mostly for convenience sake. Wild Strikes might also be viable. Let me try Wild Strikes for a bit. Because I think that lasts for about as long as I hold down a button. Maybe like a little bit of lockdown afterwards. It might be a very effective way of building stagger. That's the thought. Ouch. You got me there. So, if 4 hits... I don't know. It does take a lot of hits generally to make a stagger happen. I think I'm just more interested in the prospect of building up the big charging hits. Because I've got the mixed physic tuned to charging hits. That seems to be how I should be using my openings. On quality, this does 510. I think heavy's probably still better, so long as I'm not. If it's possible that quality could give me some other options. If I equipped more dexterity-related talismans. So you can get like plus 10 dex through talismans. Oh, whoops. Can't quite get away with that. So seeing the damage of that, strike is going to be better on this guy. Almost guaranteed. So let's equip a strike weapon. I can go get this upgraded in a bit. But for now, we're just going to roll with it. Because I could take this up to plus 24 with purchasable materials. After beating the Godskin duo, you can get anything up to 24, which is neat. Oh, too early. These guys are a little trickier to avoid than Loretta. But a lot of the horse maneuvering is actually similar. They just have bigger hitboxes in their actual attacks. I'm going to try with some crab meat. I need to restock on that pretty soon. That still hit me, but I'm alive, probably because of crab meat. That still hit me, which is absolute junk, and it's why these are not a fun enemy to fight. That killed me, which is utterly absurd because I was about as half a zip code away from the attack. So I'm gonna stop worrying about killing this guy and just suck it up. I just have to run past him every time, and sometimes he's gonna hit me on the way through the boss door. I am guessing that this is probably a one-time spawn goon, and when he's gone, you can probably just walk into the boss. He probably also has a cool drop. He's also got really annoying hitboxes and a ton of HP. Ouch. Okay, I couldn't quite dodge in time. I'm gonna try and see if I can remove the Great Jar Arsenal, and switch it for the the Dragon Shield +1. I think that might turn out better for me in terms of my actual mitigation, because looks like my versus physical is 40% with this armor and that charm. So if I go for the Dragon Crest Shield +1, it goes up to 50%. Okay, but I'm on heavy load, so I need to get down to medium load. So theoretically leather armor, which puts me at 46%. So I gain about 6% damage negation on physical by making that adjustment. I can probably also change out the greaves and gauntlets to something a bit lighter. Should give me a bit more flexibility to go up from leather armor to... actually, we can do knight armor. It's pretty good. Okay, let's try this. So I think, in terms of this boss, what I would like to be doing is punishing most of the boss's spellcasts with a leaping attack. I'm not sure if I can actually get away with that. Like, I don't know if that's actually kosher. Whoa, I just backpedaled off the area. Okay, note to self, this arena doesn't have walls. Bummer. I might also need to try forward rolling the bit where he's got the 5 blades coming up out of the ground is if I'm not able to roll that attack successfully, it's probably that's probably my fault, and that's probably a decent odds are over the course of the fight I'm gonna need to do that. I can't reliably get behind a pillar to avoid that attack. I don't think. Maybe I can. It also might be possible to outstrafe that attack if you're close to him, but I need to be able to differentiate the 5-prong version from the much bigger version. Okay. I'm gonna need you to chill out until I can get out of the initial little platform square. Nah, I think, so there was a behavior there that I've seen before that I need to know more about, which is he did something, and then he followed it up with, like, pulling his knife back and then doing an immediate shotgun blast, like shard shotgun. And I think that shard shotgun is lethal to me, so I need to be very aware of how that's working. If it's lethal to me on this configuration, I'm not sure how much more I can do as well. It might be triggering a multi-hit, which might be why it's lethal. Not sure. Hard to call. Oh, that still hit me. That's really junky. Like, oh man. So I think what happened there is the end of the shockwave hitbox is probably a little bigger than the shockwave while it's traveling. So that if you're at max range, the hitbox is bigger. I think I got hit by the shockwave that traveled past me. That sucks. That's really lame. But now I know that's a possibility, and I have to treat that attack a little more seriously then. Just, why? Why you gotta be that way? That's the, big one? Okay, so that was a start in terms of a flow for the fight. But when I, jumped in on him, I was a little overcommit and he killed me. So if I could commit to that less. From the looks of his health bar, we only need to pull off a maneuver like that about 10 times to kill him, which is a very small health bar. It makes sense because he's not a unique model. We've seen this model in other places. I'd also really love to figure out if there is ever going to be a time to hit him with a charge attack, but he seems a little too feisty for that at this point. I'm wondering if we're at the point where we've optimized charges to be better than criticals. That might be going on. Okay, so when I commit to a leap there, I cannot move before he does the back out and kill me. Before he does the backstepping double swipe. And if I'm that deep on his character model, the backstepping double swipe is killing me every time. So I think there's 2 ways I could deal with that. I could either do a hollow jump, maybe, to get to the same spot, and then try and dodge the double sweep, but he might just do the double sweep again. Or I can use a different weapon that doesn't commit me so hard on the jumping attack. Like, if I'm using the battle axe jumping attack, maybe it doesn't lock me down as much. I'm gonna try it one more time with the great axe. And if that same setup kills me again, I'll try the battle axe. Okay, that's big. Oh. Oh. Right, he does that as a stab if I'm not in range. Okay, I'm gonna try the battle axe. I think I'm getting locked down too long. And the battle axe is already plus 25 anyway, it's fine. Because if I don't take a hit automatically for performing that jump in, then I have a pattern that damages him safely. Heavy battle axe. Warcry is like okay here, but I'm gonna make it Royal Knight's Resolve. Nope, I did not want quality. We want to do heavy. Heavy two-handed is 550 AR, give or take. So we've lost about 80 AR in the transition of weapons. We could probably equip more armor right now if we wanted to. Because we should be pretty decently along the way in medium load. We're at 30 out of 50, and 70% or under is mid-roll. Yeah, my leap was shallow. My leap was shallow, and also on that dragging cut, I can probably do a charged R2. So that's cool. Ah, I almost ran off the ledge because of the camera doing weird stuff. It'll also remain to be seen if this guy has a second phase. Because he's got a generic-looking character, because we've seen this model before of a character, I don't know if he's going to have a phase 2 at all. Okay, I needed to try to roll that, and I didn't get it correct. But that's one of those cases, like, there's no way I had the time to get behind a pillar for that. I had to just roll it successfully. It looks like the timing on those is about the same, sort of. The forward 5/, has a much easier Q, because he will actually drag his claws through the earth for a bit before releasing it. It's very easy to understand when that's going to happen. If I get the drink before that guy's active and before I go through the door, then I can actually use a Royal Knight's Resolve early in the fight. Okay, he did in a lot of these cases, he's been doing a sweep after the stab, and I've been following up on that. This time he didn't do that. He just paused and took a step. So I was not able to recover in time. So I cannot so that leaping in thing he does, I cannot punish with a leaping attack. That's a little annoying. It looks a lot like a punishable attack. When I'm learning on the fly like this, I have to rely a lot on kind of a standard lexicon of the sorts of things that look like they're punishable. Dodge too early. That was really weird on the timing of how I took the hit. It's a very unfortunately persistent projectile. When it comes to projectiles, I do not like persistent projectiles. That's not the role that projectiles are supposed to fulfill, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't like persistent damage zones very much at all. That was just a rolling R1, and it was not safe enough. I might have to research this boss online. This isn't as bad as Melania in terms of understanding how to start the fight, but it's not, it's pretty, it's a bummer. Like, oh man. That fast double slash. If it was a fast single slash, I could cope with it and, like, stick around and learn more. But it's a double slashing... It's a backstepping double slash. Ew. Gross. I'm gonna try the Serpent Hunter. I'm gonna have reach difficulties if I have to box him like this. I would love to just move into his hitbox and have a good time of it, but he's moving back very persistently. He seems to be that kind of boss that you have to handle at a mid-range so that you can respond to what he's doing. It might be that I'm supposed to conduct this fight by looking for bigger openings, and I don't know what they are yet. Because a lot of his attacks seem very non-committal, and he's very comfortable with spamming range. It's one of those bosses whose attack patterns don't fit into a clear niche, and the game makes up for it by just giving them a lower HP total. Well, that barely didn't kill me. I'd like to actually not have my back to the edge of the map, please. So I'm guessing that final stab there is maybe a good opening. That was lethal. So I had a bad dodge there, but I wasn't expecting to die from that attack. I think that attack's damage is very random. This is going to be based on the number of projectiles that are slamming into you. I do not appreciate that attack being randomly lethal. Sometimes, but not all the time. I am pretty sure because, I'm pretty sure because I have access to a lot of the incantations he's using, that they all inflict physical damage. So that's got a very delicate timing to dodge. I think dodging forward through it is the right move. Dodging to the side seems like it's not always going to work, especially if I dodge into a pillar like that. I don't know how the hitboxing of his attack is actually interacting with the pillar. And I could see it being... I could see a few different ways that might be unfavorable. Because it's possible his attack actually sticks on the pillar and then detonates, so that dodging into a pillar might be extra lethal. Not sure. Okay, so he can do that on a he can do that on a sidestep. That's not fun. Okay, so he has an extra attack on that string after the backhand stab, but only if I'm close in. So do I have to just roll this entire attack pattern to actually get a real opening? It seems like everything else he does is just like step back and fire projectiles all the time. I really don't want to fight you with my back to a wall. That's gonna kill me. So, after the first panic roll, I knew I didn't, like, after the first panic roll, I input the second panic roll. And then, yeah, it does seem like a pretty good fight for a shield, but I'm pretty confident I can't actually block it and live. Let's find out. I think this is my highest block value on a shield. Guard boost 57. I think that's the best I have right now. Just need to check this. Okay, this is not a full physical negation shield, so I probably actually need to change it out to this guy. I'm on fat roll now. Yep. All right. I'll figure that out in a sec. Oh, that actually goes through the pillar. Okay, so we found one opening on that carving, like, circular stab. It is entirely possible that that's the only clean opening we get. So, also, like, that attack that's coming through the ground, I think there's basically zero chance that we can block that. Like, I will check on it loosely. Which of these has 100%? None of the light ones. It's got to be medium, at least. The Heater Shield, the Beast Crest, Carrion Knights, Silver Mirror Shield. Yeah. Beast Crest is upgraded for a reason. It's because I was checking on this at one point, and this is the shield that's most viable for me. Okay, so I'm going to try blocking his claw swipes from the floor. My presumption is that that's basically not blockable. It's also possible that this fight might be parryable in certain strings, which could maybe give us more openings. I don't know. We are still on fat roll. Okay. There, that fixes it. Okay, that's the block interaction on that attack. So it's actually blockable, roughly. Ow. Okay, yeah. We spent enough time mucking with equipment that we were not able to leave the opening door. Okay, now what gloves can we actually use? There we go. Does Barricade reduce the stamina cost of blocking? That might work. I hate seeing that go through the pillar and, like, come out the other side. That is awful. Pick a lane for, like, what your move does. Like, why are there pillars in the room if it can't block your deadly attack? Okay, my roll didn't come out there. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it for me to try and use a shield on this. Yeah, I think he's got some other... It's possible he's got some other component there, because it was doing damage through the shield block. I know the move he's using. I got it earlier. Is it an Ash of War? Or is it a... I think it's an incantation. Yeah, it's almost certainly an incantation. Beast Claw. Charging enhances potency. Yeah, it doesn't state what kind of damage type it does. only requires 8 faith, which is kind of neat. Former name meant death of the demigods. Yeah, I think the only question here is, like, I can dodge a lot of his moves at this, like, I can understand how a lot of his moves are supposed to be dodged right now. I cannot understand quite well enough how to get in a safe punish. Okay, that's definitely an opening. Take that as a chance to move to the middle. That's different. No, I've seen this before. Okay. That's a big one. Oh, I misread which attack that was, but it's okay. Okay. I got greedy. I was also just kind of experimenting. So I can like get in close on some of those attacks and get in a big hit. I need to figure out how to more reliably dodge his melee sequence. Looks like if I can dodge the full melee sequence, I get a charged R2, and that is pretty big. I'm not sure how guaranteed that charge R2 is. I think I might need to start it up a little earlier, like preemptively. Most of his other stuff I can dodge just fine. But there are certain attacks that he might use where if I'm right underneath him, I'm going to be in a hurt locker. So it's both a matter of getting that. It's a matter of getting that attack in early enough that I can actually get out safely afterwards. And if we can start landing hits more reliably, then I can figure out. Then I can figure out how much he staggers. Okay, this pillar is really cramped my style. Ah, he got away. Yeah, so with the right landing place on a leaping R2, we can low profile his possible follow-up punish, because he's a big lad. I just need to be ready that if my low profile status ends, I need to be ready to roll. is a bit of ambiguity. It's the kind of thing that, like, a hitless category type of runner would not chance. Probably. But for my purposes, it basically works. Okay, I was jamming on roll to try and get that to come out. It seemed like I couldn't roll that fast enough. Okay, he got me with that before I could respond. Bummer. That's the tricky one. Yeah, that one has a lot less telegraph, so I just need to put more faith in my timing it. Like almost casual when he's doing it. I need to go to... I've got this, I've got like a tendon in my thumb that has been sore since late February, so I actually need to make a doctor's appointment on that. So they can tell me the right therapy for it, because it's just not going away. And I haven't been feeling it before while gaming, but I'm feeling it now. It's agitated. Oh man, that'd be dandy. Once we could just replace parts. Then again, coming from a perspective in IT, where I know, like, what it's like to deal with faulty hardware sometimes, there's gonna have to be pretty real insurance. Such an annoying enemy for them to put right outside the boss door. Okay. I didn't jump deep enough, so I didn't get the low profile. That particular jump punish does rely on me hugging the boss's shins. Let me see. You know, now that I've been figuring out more openings, I wonder if I can switch to the Great Axe. Let's give this a shot. So if I can get this to work, it will be more damage. I've just been reliant on... I'm not sure if how different the recovery time actually is between the two of these weapons. I think the difference in damage is something like 50 to 80 AR. It's a bigger AR difference than I can get by changing talismans, for sure. Way too early on the dodge. Actually, what is the AR on this right now? 530. 530 before buffs. After buffs, it should be approaching 600. It's currently with, what? 22 strength? Yep, 22 strength. Yeah, with 32 strength, this guy should be rocking like 630 AR, give or take. I will buff on the other side of the door. Stupid variability in his, like, decision-making. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure what to do for myself after getting into that, like, little tucked corner behind his arm. I needed to just roll out. Let's see. In terms of the other weapons I was evaluating, there's also the long-haft axe, which is a slightly less damaging version of the battle axe that is, you know, longer. Weapon reach is pretty substantial in terms of actually landing your hits. So I've been thinking about getting one of those and upgrading it. Unfortunately, you can only get them by farming a certain enemy. They are not found in, like, a chest anywhere. I got hit by it. Dang it. So it looks like the way to do that is... That was not... I thought he was doing the other type of claw. So I'm thinking that what I need to do is basically dodge right, dodge left, and then he'll do the stab thing, which I could probably dodge forward. Then I might be able to wrap behind him when he's doing the down stab. But I don't know if he's actually committed to doing the down stab after doing the reverse grip stab. If he is committed to the down grip stab, I can use that for a fully charged attack. But if he's not committed to it, I mean, he'll just do whatever and wreck me. The problem is the timing between the second slash and the third slash is super janky, and he very often does not decide to actually do it. So... Yeah, so there, he just did some other shit. I have to use this to drink. I'm very glad that didn't kill me. Yeah. Yeah, so the only attack I've been reliably able to punish so far is his slow carve on the ground. Everything else has been putting me in a hurt locker. Maybe if I tried preemptively forward rolling after I dodge his secondary sweep, that might put me out of range of his third attack, and if he does something else, I should have the ability to compensate. But figuring out how to get him to the end of that sequence has been really rough. But that is probably the sequence I want to exploit. made the wrong assumption about that. So I'm pretty sure he's only going to do the forward claw if I'm actually in front of him. So there's no way to preemptively get around it because he'll change the attack. Because I think both of those actually... I think the thrust into the ground is the same either way, and it's just like a stance for him to do the next thing. For all I know, in terms of damage types, the anchor is actually the best weapon to use against him. I don't know. Well, actually, I was using the Serpent Spear before, and the Serpent Hunter and the Anchor have the same damage type. So if the Serpent Hunter was doing good damage, which it was, then I don't think that would do any different. Right, he can do that too. Oh man, I actually think this fight is probably going to go down that I need to fight him super slow and only punish that one attack I found out how to punish. It might be that if I might be able to punish more things using a lighter weapon. But I don't know. His close range mix-up is really pretty crazy. Like, a light roll and a lighter weapon might give better opportunities. So, like, the standard dual-wield bleed strat that everybody is using is probably good. I'm just trying to do anything different over the course of the entire run, because it's, like, depressing. Ah, that was too early. Yeah. That third slash is super fast when he decides to do it. If he does the second slash, I don't think he can do the backstep shard toss anymore. So it's probably after the second slash is when I could take that sequence into rote. Because I don't know if I've seen the second slash without the third slash. I've probably seen the second slash without the third slash, but I might not have seen him do, like, something immediately dangerous. Like that. Drink there. Yeah. Just the wrong part of the rock blast. Okay, what caused me to need to drink there? That was probably a hit I shouldn't have taken. Alright. Let's go back to the lighter weapon options. We're going to be running back into, like, a range deficiency issue with this. So both the Serpent Hunter and the Great Axe do have a notably better range than this. Whoops, forgot the drink. I'm going to get fireballed to death. Yep. I don't know why they stuck this guy in front of this door. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty sure he's probably just one-time kill. Just the size of his hitboxes are absolutely stupid. I wonder if it's actually effective to use both of these together. The Ritual Shield Talisman is very peculiar about the calculation of it. It calculates better when you have lower resistance. So using the two of them together is reducing the benefit of each of them. But I don't know if I don't know if one of them independently would work quite well enough. Okay, that was actually, that counted as the same pattern. I wasn't sure. Oh, dang. I didn't backroll that time. Okay, so that was pretty good, though, because I got through the whole pattern. I just assumed that the third swipe would come immediately after the second. I don't know if he's actually I don't think he's actually obligated to do that. But if I can assume that and not get punished for it, then that's the assumption we make. I think the second slash I have to dodge legitimately because he can either go for the second slash or he can go for the step back stone blast. And step back stone blast is pretty lethal with the current set. I don't think I can actually go to a set that makes that attack non-lethal because it has shotgun type properties. I think it's calculating as a multi-hit either way, and I can't mitigate a multi-hit. There's just no way. Ah! I have a very difficult time when he just randomly does that. I gotta get used to that. It's from a standing position, that's about the fastest thing he does. Might be on par with... no, that's slower. Because all of his rock stuff is very distinctly like charge, then throw. What time is it? It's almost 9. It's like 8:30. I've been at this for almost 4 hours. I'm probably gonna stop soon so that I can eat some dinner. Oh, okay. So he's got 2 permutations in the last bit. He can either do a reverse stab, then a slow stab, or he can do the third stab and then immediately do the slow stab. I'm not sure how I messed up the dodge on the third slash. I was just buffering it in after dodging the second slash. I don't know what happened there. I think, like, usually that just works. There is an item I can go grab. There's actually, I think, 2 different effects I can go grab that improve my dodge frames. There's a mixed physic that improves your dodge frames, and there is a trinket that improves your dodge frames. One of them I think I have to kill a deathbird to get, but that's doable. That's fine. I could just go fight a deathbird a few times. It's not the hardest deathbird in the game. Okay, there. Now I don't have to fight at the ledge. Okay, I started my charge attack late, so I took a lick in there. Oh, I got me. Risky drink, okay. Ah, my dodge didn't come out. I was able to dodge, just didn't come out. I understand the fight now. Pretty sure. Unless he's got a second phase, he might. I don't know. Beats me. We can face that when we come to it, but I think I'm going to sit back down to this tomorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Jupiter XR. I hope we wander again soon. Good night.